shop where the colors come alive. Collectors dream and memories shine like fireworks in the sky. Stacked to the ceiling with stories in light. Magic in the air when the toys play at night. Robots spinning, Game Boys flashing, action figures strike a pose. Barbie's got her sunglasses on, G.I. Joe's in hero mode. Arcade lights and vintage signs, glowing warm and bright. Everybody smiles when the toys play at night. Race cars roaring down the aisle like thunder and chrome. Furby's waking up like they just found home. Every shelf's a treasure map, everything feels right. Step into the wonder when the toys play at night.
The following program is being brought to you by the Hippie Broadcasting Network, WTHC Radio, and Stoner Records. Now here's your host, George.
Hello, everybody. We are here tonight with Brick Blaze.
Hello, everybody. I am Brick Blaze, aka Jason.
How are you doing tonight?
This evening.
How are you doing?
I am doing okay. Doing all right so far. I mean, a little tired, but other than that, I'm all right.
I know.
Working on the business today.
We had snow today, so I was out snow blowing and had to buy a new snow blower, so I'm pretty tired tonight.
I bet. Did you put it all in the neighbor's yard, right?
No, we don't have a neighbor close by. So. Nope. Finding the space to put it, that's the hard part. But we can't open the shop up until, we get it all snow blowed. So that's what my day was like today.
That's true. You want people to be able to get to your location.
Absolutely.
Safely.
You definitely want that. Exactly. Safe. You don't want to get stuck here. Although that'd be nice because then you can keep on buying toys.
Right.
Yeah, there's a benefit to that.
I mean, I wouldn't mind being stuck in a toy store all night, if I'm being completely honest.
Right. Yeah, we don't have a bathroom in the toy store, so that'd be hard, though.
I'm sure there's receptacles of some sort, right?
Yeah, there's a woods next door.
Yeah, there you go. That works.
Yeah, always have the woods. So, okay, well, tonight's show is going to be all about Brick Blaze and starting a business, and it's an online business, and then we can talk about our online business too as well. So it's going to be a little bit of a learning episode. The ups and downs. Yes, the ups and downs, the do's and don'ts. What we've both learned about starting a business, because I'm sure there's lots of people out there that have the idea of starting an online business or even a physical business, and they don't really know what to do. So why don't we start out by you introducing yourself to everybody, a little bit about your background, and then we'll get into your business aspects.
Okay, like I said, my name is Jason. I go by Brick Blaze online. Been I've been into the video games, Lego toys, nerd culture, if you will, my entire life. It was. And I'm of the age where I was made fun of in school for playing video games.
Yep.
And now it's commonplace and everybody does,
Exactly.
So it's like I've always just been, this is what I gravitated towards. This is what I enjoy. This is what does it for me. Not a sports fan. Don't follow any of that. Except for wrestling. That doesn't really count as a sport, though. And in terms of wrestling, I watch everything except for WWE. I will not support them.
Okay. So with your business now, you have an online store.
Correct. Yep, that is bricksandgames.com.
Okay. And on there you sell toys?
We've got Lego sets, both new and used, Lego minifigures, new and used. There are a few additional toys or some Transformers and things of that nature up there. The plan is we will expand eventually. But for now, it's like the Lego and the video games. That's my two biggest things I'm into anyway. So we thought we'll lead with those, and more stuff will come in as we go. We also do Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic the Gathering. Now, currently, there's very little of that on my site right now because that's a hard to get product right now with that stuff.
It is. Like I don't have any cards. I can never find any.
I do have, and that's because I used to work at GameStop for the last 10 or 11 years. I have a stack of free promo cards from there that need to find all those so I can hand those out. And actually, I did a Whatnot stream and gave some away as a giveaway the other day.
Oh, okay. Well, that's always good when you stream. So what platforms do you stream on?
Okay, so currently Whatnot is like is the active one. I've only had that going for a couple of weeks. But you can search Brick Blaze on YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, Blue Sky. Okay. And so I stream when I stream. We will sit down and my wife and I play video games. We were doing it every Monday night, and we really haven't done it this entire year.
Oh.
But we are getting back to it January 1st. Well, after January 1st, whatever the next Monday is.
Okay.
We call that Slaying Together, and it's just her and I
that's cool.
playing video games. And so we're going to get back to that. And that stream goes to Twitch and YouTube.
Okay. So people can find you pretty much everywhere.
Oh, yeah. Yep. We're everywhere. And then Bricks and Games also has a Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and I think that's it.
Okay. Yeah, and do you have all your links on your website, or do you have like a link tree or something like that? I think he froze.
I cut out for a second and what's going on. So I do have a link tree.
Okay.
And let me see, I might be able to even post that in has the link tree link to it as well. Should be down to bottoms. So my wife said she made the site, so
I know we have a link tree, but I never promote it. Just go to our website. I have everything there. So
yeah, we got the website. I post everything there.
Yeah. How long ago did you start your website?
So the beginning was about 3 to 3.5 years ago. Our actual site launched 2 years ago, roughly, and it was kind of it was the side business that we intend to make the main business.
Okay.
And then life saw fit to it kicked me out of the other job, so now I've had to kind of try to expedite those plans a little bit because I'm at the point in my life I really don't want to go work for somewhere else.
Right.
Hard to teach an old dog new tricks.
So in the chat, Sean is asking, how many toy stores do you own and operate? Well, I have an online store and a physical toy store. You just have currently an online toy store.
Yeah, have an online store yet.
Okay.
And I mean, if you count Whatnot, I mean, it's
True.
Technically too, because it is. I do have to. That's the one thing that kind of sucks. I do have to duplicate anything I put on my website. I still have to go make another post for it on their platform as well.
Right. And have you ever had where you have an item on your website and maybe on Whatnot, and they both sell at the same time?
No, haven't ran into that yet. And I am hoping that it doesn't happen because I'm trying to be, as long as I can get my ADHD brain to remember, before I start the Whatnot stream, the things I plan on selling that day, I take off of our site.
Well, it's happened to me where I sold something online, and that same day before I got it pulled, it sold in the store. So,
no.
Yeah. So the only thing you can do is refund the online person.
Yeah, I mean, I ran into that, a little bit like when I worked at GameStop because we had to process online orders stuff, and somebody would be asking for a game, and I'm like, well, it's right here, it's the last copy, and this person just ordered it online. I apologize.
Right.
But for our business personally, it has not happened yet. Oh, you know what? I guess I did have one issue in that I wasn't. I had to replace an item with a different item for the customer because my inventory was off.
Okay.
So, and that was 100% my fault because I didn't click the button that tracked the inventory.
Yep, I know exactly how that is. We run into that every once in a while.
But luckily, they were real cool. I knew them personally, so I just texted them. I'm like, "Hey, your order you placed, this happened." So we got it taken care of and fixed.
Hello, Adrian. Welcome in.
Hello.
So let's talk about starting your online business. So what made you want to start an online business?
Okay, to be completely honest with you, I finally just got tired of working for the man, and I've always wanted to own my own, I always said I want to run a video game store, right? So then, finally after years and years of trying, I get hired at GameStop. I'm like, yes, dream come true. Absolutely, it was not. Again, I was in there probably 11 years. And during that time, I learned a lot of things to do to help and a lot of things not to do in a customer service related job. And it was, I don't know, about 3.5, 4 years ago when, I don't know, my wife and I were just talking one night and I was like, we just need to start a business. This is what I wanted to do. And it finally cemented in my brain that this is the path I should be on. This is what I want to do. I enjoyed my time at GameStop. I did not enjoy the corporate bullcrap that they make us go through.
Yeah.
But the talking about video games all day and selling to people, yes, that's awesome. That's what I want to do.
Right. So it wasn't because you had too much and you needed to start getting rid of it.
Oh, no. In fact, I mean, from the get-go, once we decided that this is what we were going to do, I was already buying clearance stuff. This is for the business.
Right.
Like everything you see behind me, this is my personal stuff, but over across the basement, there's another rack of this is the business stuff.
Well, only a rack.
Yeah. We only have one rack right now. But the more customers we get, then the more we can buy, and then we'll have more.
Right.
We started an online business first because we figured that was going to be easier than just going directly to physical retail store.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And tried to use it as a little, basically snowballs little bits of money into larger bits to.
And it's always easier to start an online store than a physical store. There's a lot more money involved, with having a physical store. And plus inventory. You need tons and tons of inventory. But we do have a question in the chat. Do certain toys sell better online than in the store? Well, since I have both, yes, that is correct. There are certain things that definitely sell more. Like for us, our Fugler plush sells amazing online. We sell tons of that. In the store, little bits. So yeah, online is better than in person. We sell a lot of wrestling figures online compared to in the store, even though we do sell a lot in the store as well. More are online. And then do you see that too with your business, that certain things sell better for you? I know you don't have a physical store, but
so I don't have a physical store, but I have went and set up at a local flea market that we have several times. And yeah, there are, after the first time, I tried to take a small sampling of everything. And then I quickly learned that everyone wants the deals. So the big, expensive, high-dollar items did not sell well there. So the next go-round, I took a bunch more of like the cheaper games and things like that. And we sold a lot more of the cheaper things, versus the website is where the people are probably going to go to buy that $200 rare set.
And with us doing festivals, that we just started doing festivals this past year. And from our first one to our last one, we definitely had to change that perspective too. You got to have the cheaper, easy pickup stuff at the festivals than your expensive things. So
yeah, and I also didn't know specifically for flea markets, I think people like to rummage around in things.
Yes, they do.
So like the first time I had some of the minifigures set out so you could see what they were, and then the next time I just dumped them in a bin and people were rummaging and pulling ones out, so I'm like, seem to like that a little better.
Yes. Yeah. When people go to flea markets, they want the deals. Absolutely.
And likewise, I was able to just walk up, 3 booths away and picked up a couple of Lego sets that they had for cheap and put it back on.
I was just going to say that you find the stuff there too, and then put it in your booth and mark it up a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Then we have a local toy show. It's about 45 minutes away from me here that they happen 11 times a year. So I've been trying to hit those up and getting some products and stuff.
Yeah, and toy shows. That's one thing we want to start doing too. So, do you do any I don't know if I caught that you do them or you're planning on doing some?
So I'm trying. I'm trying to get in there. It's the holiday season, so obviously he's booked and packed. He doesn't have a spot free yet. But I think that after the holidays, his next one I want to say is in February. I'm going to try again to see if I can get in at that one to set up. And honestly, even going to the flea market and the toy show like that, I'm not necessarily expecting to sell a whole bunch and make a bunch of money. But the point I'm trying to do is to get our name out there for our business.
Right.
So, I sell 1 or 2 things. I don't care if I sell nothing, but I hand out 75 business cards. That was a good day to me.
Absolutely. Doing those shows and that's advertising. That's what you want. You want people to know that you're around is what it is. Hippie there asked a question about what was the one toy growing up that absolutely rewired your brain and turned you into the collector you are today. So do you have that initial toy?
I don't know that there was one toy, but there was a toy line.
Okay.
And it's going to be Transformers. Transformers and G.I. Joe. I don't have a lot of G.I. Joe anymore. I sold them off and got rid of them. But back in the day, I was like, let me have all of this I can possibly get.
That's how I was with Masters Universe. They were my
have a bunch of those too.
Yep.
And those got lost. When my mom lost her storage unit. So I had Castle Grayskull and Snake Mountain.
Sad.
Yep. So those were all gone. But yeah, I would say Optimus Prime is that's my favorite character in anything.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say Optimus would be mine with the Transformer line. I know everybody loves Bumblebee, but I like Optimus. Yeah.
As a kid, I was like, he's an 18-wheeler. That's awesome.
Right.
Unfortunately, I never had an Optimus Prime growing up.
I didn't either.
It wasn't until I was long after it was out of circulation, I found one at a flea market for $3. That was just missing like his fists and the gun, but the joints are stiff. Like I still have the joints are stiff, like it's never been played with hardly. So I just need 2 fists, the gun, and the hoses for roller, and then it's a complete one.
Yeah. Okay, well, it is 4:20 time, so we're going to take a little break here, and we're going to listen to and see Seed Squatch, Legend of the Squatch, and then we'll be back talking about your website and starting your business.
Sweet.
See you in a few.
brain is a habit strain. Smoke lord, smiling rain. Yeah. Known on the plane as Miss Mary Jane. She'll get you every time. Ooh, but in the middle between the lines, smoke it rises to the top. I can't breathe, my brain is fried. I guess I'll cough till I stop. Human haze in a mental daze. Down by the swamp where I was raised. I'm popping chaps in back, listening to the guitar playing. Lines of the coloring books inside my head. Beyond the shadow of a doubt, I can't remember what the fuck I said. Ooh, but in the middle between the lines, smoke it rises to the top. I can't breathe, my brain is fried. I guess I'll cough until I stop. In a mental daze, down by the swamp where I was raised. I'm popping caps in the back, listening to the guitar play. Yeah, the shade of blues unknown by a few. It rings inside of my head like they always do. Your pipe is filled, reality's killed. Yeah, everything still comes in twos, while everything will fall on you.
Are you searching for affordable products and great rosin? Well, look no further. Whether you're keeping it simple or going all out, we've got you covered. Sunny's for everyday deals, and Hash RX for that premium fire. Sunny's keeps your stash affordable, giving you value every single day. When you want the best, Hash RX. Oklahoma's premium live rosin. No solvents, no shortcuts. Affordable or premium, the choice is yours. Find us at Oklahoma dispensaries.
Welcome back. So, hello to Pixie Mom. So you said hi, and that was good vibes. So we're talking about your online business. So
Cut out. I didn't hear anything you said.
Oh, I said we're talking about your online business. So what?
That's right.
What what have you learned? Like pros, cons, lessons, starting, because I'm sure that this was something that you just wanted to do, and you didn't have a background except working at GameStop. So
basically what the way I kind of started once we decided this is what I was going to do, the first thing I did is I went through like my Lego collection and specifically pulled out any duplicate minifigures that I'm like, really, do I need more than one of this in my collection or not? So I was like, this is some inventory that I can sell. And then it just so happened, like maybe a few days after we decided we were going to do this, Walmart in our town just put some stuff on clearance. So initially I was able to get quite a good deal on a whole bunch of sets right away to start with. And then the same goes for the video games. I would like, sometimes I end up with an extra copy here and there, various things. So I'm like, what can I sell? Is there any that I really don't want anymore?
Right.
Which honestly, the answer was no. I think the only thing so far that I've really sold out of my personal collection of video games that wasn't a duplicate was a Pokemon Leaf Green for Game Boy Advance, complete in box. And it was the original one with the Wi-Fi adapter.
Okay.
Because I had Fire Red as well. I was like, I don't need both of them. And I got $275 for the Leaf Green.
Nice.
So I was like, that's money I could use right now.
Absolutely. So did you start on eBay by chance? Or
not really. I have sold a few things on eBay before, but the fees associated there is pretty deep. And being, having not a whole lot of extra money to go around, we try to where can we sell this to make the most on this particular item?
Yeah.
And it ended up being just starting our own website was the way to go.
Now, with starting your website, did you have any hurdles to begin with?
Yeah. There was a one big hurdle. We started with one particular company and built our site there, and then got to the end, ready to launch everything. We had a few products on there and stuff, and then they're like, "Hey, you need a reseller certificate to sell Lego." And I was like, "Okay, but I'm not technically reselling. I didn't buy this to sell it. This is stuff from my collection that we're selling."
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, "Oh, well, then show us the receipts." And I'm like, "I've had these for 15 years. I may not have receipts for these things."
Right.
And that was just kind of a wall. They were like, "Well, sorry, nothing we can do," and which is weird.
That is weird.
I do know other people selling on that platform,
right,
and did not run into that issue. So I don't know what the deal was with us.
And
We different company and started from the ground up. My wife built the site again, and it's been going well since.
Yeah, we've talked about that beforehand, and that same company is who we have our website through, and I sell Lego on there. So, and never have had an issue. So I don't know what that was, but
I have no idea what it was, but they're like, nah, you either need this or this, and without those, too bad.
It's very interesting. So somehow you got picked out of the bunch, and
I just took it as that's kind of how my life usually goes. If it can go wrong, it's going to.
Yeah. But now, how long have you had your website?
So it's been just over 2 years now, I think.
Okay.
I think we're probably in the third year.
Okay. And
I seen the other day when we launched it, because I happened to be scrolling back and found my our Twitch stream from that day.
Okay.
And it was over 2 years ago.
And your expectations is it meeting your expectations, what you want for your online business, or?
So no, obviously we want lots of customers, lots of visitors.
Absolutely.
I didn't see. Okay, and I'm not going to mention any. I'm not trying to throw people under the bus or anything like that. But let's just say before we launched, I talked to a lot of my friends in the Lego communities and in the video communities and the online YouTube and stuff like that, and it was telling them, hey, this is what I'm going to do. And everybody's like, oh, hell yeah, that's going to be awesome. Dude, I will 100% support you. I think most of those people were just talking out their butt. Because then once it actually happened and I started posting things, I'm like, hey, go to my site. Nothing.
Yeah.
Like, and honestly, I don't know if you saw the video that I posted a couple of months ago, but I had mentioned something. I was like, actually, it was the one where I said I'm losing my job.
Yes. I
was like, hey, if you want to help out, just literally just go to my website. Even if you don't buy anything, if you just go to Google, type in breaksandgames.com, you're going to help the algorithm. That's going to help things.
Absolutely.
And then I get several texts, from family members, like, oh, do you need any help? What can we do? I'm like, I literally told you what to do right here in the video. That is, you don't have to, don't give me your money. Just help me build the business. That's what I would rather have.
Yeah. And I checked out your website at that time. Yeah, I
appreciate it.
I didn't really know that you had a website until then. So, and I know you've mentioned it, but it never clicked in my head until then.
That was mine. Well, and I'm kind of again, with I would say newly diagnosed ADHD within the last 2 years. That was so I've been on medication for that, and so having to unlearn 47 years of terrible behaviors and learning how to do things newer. We have had the Bricks and Games like Instagram account since we started the business, and I rarely used it. I just posted stuff to my own account because I have more followers.
I know how that is. So,
but then I'm like, wait a minute, that's not really what I should be doing. So I'm trying to get myself to use those business accounts more because that's what And despite there not being as many views, so like I'm starting to try to post things where I don't cross post it to my normal account.
Yeah.
And well, if I'm being honest, I don't know if you've noticed, I haven't even been there very often.
Right.
I kind of had to step back from the social media for a bit, just because every time I open it, it's something terrible. So anymore, I make a video, I post it, and then I'm out for the day. I'll check some notifications and messages, but that's it.
And the one thing with an online store is you have a website, you are in the middle of nowhere. Nobody knows you're there unless you promote and you advertise.
Correct.
That is the only way. Now, you can get around that by having tens of thousands of items on your website, and then the algorithms automatically see, oh, look at this is a huge store, and it will start putting the search engine there. Now, that was the one thing that I learned when I started with an old website, when we had antiques and imports and everything. I had probably about 500 to 600 pages worth of different business sites on there. So we sold everything. I made a business for each type of item that it was. So if it was an import, I made an import website. If it was jewelry, I did a jewelry website. If it was toys, I did a toy website, and linked everything together. And that showed the algorithms a networking. And I jumped up, in search engines really quick by doing that. So there's ways to manipulate it, but it is a lot of work.
Well, and that is something that we are already contemplating, because my wife is trying to put more effort into her art and the things that she's doing. And so she's like, I kind of want to have a website on my own, but at the same time, like, we were already paying for one. Like, so I was like, is there a way we can make a sister site that's linked to it? Which we haven't delved into that just yet, but that's kind of our plan. We want to have somewhere to sell her artwork it's not necessarily Bricks and Games, but is related.
Right. Well, and that's like how our website is right now. It is set up with bird and squirrel, which is our main page. And I'm bird and my wife is squirrel. And we have art on there. So we have bird and squirrel art. We have the Toys Play at Night. We have a little metaphysical store. She has her crochet business on there. We have antiques. We have our Ghostbusters. We have all these different, page subcategories, which, helps bring that algorithm there and, helps push everything out. So, yeah, you have to think big when you have an online store, or you're going to stay small. That's the bottom line when it comes to online, because you are a little tiny island in a huge ocean of internet out there. So unless you pay for, the engagements and the advertising, which is outrageous when it comes to advertising. I cannot believe how much it is. You're not going to get business unless you think big. So would you agree with that?
I would, yeah, I 100% agree with that. That is, again, something that I have noticed and been finding out and stuff too. And my thought is too, is I want exclusive items.
Yeah.
So you need a reason to get them there.
Yeah.
So I've done a couple little like 3D print things that I created.
Oh, that's cool.
but I'm also I'm looking into getting some custom printed torsos, like Lego minifig torsos with our logo on it. So you'll obviously only be able to get those through us.
Very cool.
So hopefully that's the next big step we get once I get the okay to take that amount of money out of the account.
Yeah, I know how that is.
Yeah, so I'm technically I'm the manager of the business. My wife,
right? She's the bank.
Yes. Yeah. Well, it helps because that's what she does. She works at a bank for her job. So.
Oh, there you go.
So she already like, hey, I know something that we need to adjust here because I just found this out today at work. I'm like, do it.
And my wife is the voice of reason sometimes, and her thing is, oh, I trust you. So.
Yeah, that's what my wife says too. And actually, that's not even just about business stuff. It's about personal things.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, well, when I had a job, I'd be like, can I buy this thing? It costs like $75. And she's like, yep. She's like, because I know that when you die, I'll sell it and that'll be my retirement. I'm like, cool.
Well, that's what I say. I'm worth more dead than alive.
Yep. Oh, that's for sure here.
Yep. Because man, the amount of inventory that we have in collections, it's mind-boggling how that all adds up.
Yep. Well, I actually had somebody want to buy that the other day when I was doing a Whatnot stream, and I was like, oh, that's mine. That's not for sale. And then someone today asked if I had any the PS5 special edition controllers. I was like, well, not for sale, but personally, I have I have the anniversary controller. It's like, I'll give you $700 for it, no joke. And I was like, no, yeah. I had to struggle to get that one. So
I get customers in the store all the time, and they ask, do you have this? Do you have that? And it's like, well, in my personal collection, but not for sale. Well, do you want to sell it? No. So yeah, I know.
It's like I had a friend down here a couple weeks ago, and he's like, "You have so much inventory, man. Just open up. You have enough to fill a store." I was like, "No. This is all my stuff." Right. I was like, "Over here, this little section, that's business stuff." He's like, "Oh, get it now."
So with your online business, pros and cons. Just a brief thing.
Okay.
Tell me something bad, and then tell me something good.
Okay, so cons would be, at least that I've noticed so far, is literally just putting your name out there.
Okay.
It's catching the traction, catching the algorithm, and it's a lot of work to, like I said, I have friends and family that won't even take 2 seconds to Google our business name to help in the algorithm. So it's literally getting people to help you out and do that. That seems to be the biggest thing for me. And then, which this will come with when it's bigger, but it's consistent sales.
Yeah.
So that I can count on, hey, I'm going to have some money coming in or whatever. I had a sale this morning. We had a sale yesterday, but before that, it had been 2 weeks before we'd seen one.
Yeah, I know how that is.
So it's like, yeah, and when I had a job, like that was okay,
Yeah.
But now this is kind of like my source of income and still trying to grow the business as well. I need a few more in.
Yeah. No, I've been in, the retail world with owning a store or something in that perspective for over 45 years. And I will tell you, in that 45-year period, it is always the same. It comes in waves. Whether it's online or physical store, you'll have slow periods and then you're bombarded. There's no rhyme or reason to it. It's not because of holidays. I have never figured it out, but you'll go through a dry spell and then, you can say something, oh, I wish we'd have more business. And then 2 days later, oh, I can't even keep up with this. It's so busy.
It's just too much.
Absolutely. I have never figured that out, why it's like that. So, but yes, different times of the year are busier than others. That's just how retail is. But
yeah. So
there's no rhyme or reason.
As far as the pro, literally it would be working from home, not having to go somewhere else. Once we get to a self-sustaining point, that's going to be awesome. And because we're a smaller operation. Like I'm not expecting to be a massive, huge, I'm not like, I'm going to take over the world. But no, I don't need all that. I would just like to have enough that supports my wife and I in our lifestyle, and have fun with everybody, and just, this is my passion is video game and Lego and comics and that kind of stuff, and I would like to turn it into my living.
Right, and it's something you love. So
yeah, it's something I definitely enjoy.
And
I've been to a couple stores recently, like an independent Lego store that I happened to stop by, and it got the vibe there that like I knew more than the person working there.
Right.
And not because, and I'm not knocking them at all, but it was just like, I think they focused on one specific thing. They're like Star Wars, and all the rest of the Lego themes they didn't really know anything about.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I kind of have, like, I may not have the deep knowledge on certain things, but I have a little bit of knowledge on all of it.
Right. Exactly. And,
Jack,
and when you have a business, you have to know, the vast majority. There's stuff I don't know about, and I'll admit it. You come and ask me about Magic cards and Pokemon cards, I have zero clue because I don't deal with cards.
I can talk Magic from about 6 years ago. That's when I stopped playing. So I don't know what else they've added to the game now, but I knew how to play back then.
Well, you're more knowledgeable than me when it comes to that.
Yeah, but I ended up having to. I didn't have to. I sold all my cards because I don't have time to play anymore and no one to play with. So sold that for $1,250, and then I spent $800 of that at the Lego store.
Well, there you go. So would you ever want to have a physical business?
Oh, absolutely. That is the end goal for me in terms of what we're doing with the online business, which we will still keep the online business up. That's never going anywhere.
Absolutely.
And in fact, because my wife was asking me the other day, because I was frustrated one day, and she's like, let me ask you, is this still what you want to do? Is this what? And I was like, yes, this is. She's like, I just want to make sure you're getting a little frustrated at certain things. I was like, no, this is what I want to do. I wasn't necessarily frustrated about the business and the things I was working on. It's just, all the outside influence as well, kind of. But this is what I want to do. So we want to have an actual physical store. There's a community spot, right? We want people to come and hang out. We're going to do game nights and D&D and Magic and Pokemon and playing video games and building Lego sets together and all that kind of stuff. And then I also plan on stealing an idea that a friend of mine on Twitch does. His business, he owns Ice Cream Posse is their name. He's got an ice cream shop, and he basically just streams the business all day long while they're there working.
Wow.
And I'm like, that's what I'm going to do with my Twitch channel. Once we had a physical store, it's just going to be, hey, you can just watch us do our thing all day, and you interact with the, it's kind of funny to hear him kind of just talk about like his shows off all the new stuff he's making, before anybody gets a chance. He's like, yo, chat, check this out. Look how much stuff we're putting in here. I'm like, yeah, it's really fun. And I'm like, okay, that's something I want to do as well,
Well, and it's great to have a store. Like I've had so many stores over the years, and I've sold, just about everything. And there's such an adventure when it comes to that. And the customers, when they come in, you have exactly what they want. You make their day. You see that. It's a great experience, and I miss that because we're out in the middle of nowhere. Our store is for the people that want to come and shop, but it's mainly to display our online items is what it is. And a place for them to be easy accessible for when we sell them. My big focus is the online. My store is my inventory room, if you look at it like that, with a bonus if someone comes and buys. So I will always have both. I love both. I would love to have a larger store. I have dreams with that, and with having a cafe and all that along with it. But that's future wise. I want my online store to be, super successful. Then we can focus on doing that. And I'm sure
Yeah, we
with
kind
you,
of went to like maybe it's like a little craft soda fountain or something.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. And you got to get your online business to that point where then you can say, okay, now the next step is to go to the physical store. So I
And then the other part is too, since my wife works at the bank, is she's thinking, we keep the online store going for a little while, so we have numbers in. That's going to help us get a business loan, hopefully, for purchasing, or renting a location. To be like, look, we've been doing it online for X amount of years, and we're making some money. With a business, a store, we can make more.
Yeah, it's all about the numbers.
Yep. Got to find that person that's willing to give us the money.
Okay, so now that we've talked about, the toy and Lego business and everything, what, like, we had the question earlier about, childhood toys and that. Do you have anything that like really stands out that's special to you that you have to maybe show?
I sure do. We got this Lego set right here. This is the Blacktron 2 Celestial Star Guider. We looked it up before the show. This set released in 1991, which is when I got it, and it has never come apart since then. This has been built and never come apart since then. The only thing that is fallen off is this little white piece right here, and it fell off on a YouTube video when I was showing this. So my buddy thought it was funny because I literally said, this has never been apart, and then that piece got knocked off. He's like, it's been apart now.
So the question is, be honest, what's the most expensive toy you've ever bought? And then, let's say,
immediately hid from the house like a guilty raccoon.
Yes.
Honestly, I don't really. There's nothing, no big one like that, because I don't want to get divorced. So if I'm going to purchase a large thing, I have to have permission. The flip side is I may sneak in a small thing here and there. I'm like, oh, I'm grocery shopping. Oops, a $10 Lego set made it into the cart too. But the big ones I can't get away with.
Yeah, I think the only thing that comes to mind with me is for my birthday, which was just a couple weeks ago, I bought myself a very expensive Ghostbusters proton pack because I wanted a better one for us when we do our parades and festivals and everything with the Ghostbusters. And I bought it. I didn't tell the wife. And then all of a sudden it came and she was like, what's this? And I said, I bought myself a birthday gift. So that was really it. She was fine with it. And we're probably going to get a couple more so we all have really nice ones now.
There's a local St. Louis like Ghostbusters group that they'll make their own packs and stuff. They're always at the toy show and stuff.
Yeah, I would love to, but I don't have the time, so I just have to buy.
Yep, that's kind of where I'm at. I'm like, that's awesome, but I don't have that much time.
So the question is, what's the weirdest thing you've ever found inside a toy box?
So in buying like used Lego lots and things like that, I get a lot of stuff in the
Oh, I'm sure.
dump it out, and I'm like, well, I don't know what this is. Some of it I throw away, because I'm like, this is clearly a broken piece from some other toy. Dead bugs I found, lint, fur,
Candy wrappers.
Candy wrappers. But one of my YouTube buddies, he takes the cake. He bought a lot of used Lego and found a unwrapped condom in the bottom of the Lego. So he's like, no, we need to get rid of that.
Yeah, I agree that'd be the winner there.
That's so always if you're buying used Lego, wash it. Just wash it.
Crayon wrappers, that is absolutely true.
Well, yes, my wife did. That is my wife right there, right now. Jesse did buy me the Lego Death Star, which I still have. It's still in the box. I don't have a spot necessarily to display it. I've had it for 10 or 11 years now, and I haven't opened it. In fact, I discussed the other day. I was just curious, and I looked it up just to see what it's worth.
Busted.
and it's worth way more than what she paid for it now. And I was
Right.
like, ooh, I could sell that and buy the new one. And then immediately I was like, no, this one means something to me because she bought it for me. And it's the largest Lego set that I own. So
Very cool.
And then she's like, good, because if you sold it, you would have been in trouble.
So you showed yours. Now this one is mine. I think I have. No, I better turn it on. You hear that sound?
I hear it. Oh, it's awesome. Starbird. Yep. One of my other Lego buddies online has that, and he also built a Lego version.
That is my favorite toy when I was growing up. Like, I played with that beyond belief. Don't know what happened to it. I came across this one in an antique shop, and I had to buy that for myself. Like, I played hours and hours and hours and hours with that.
I do have an answer to that question.
Oh, and I do too. And I actually have that sitting right here too. Except this one is the reproduction. Let's see if I can grab it here.
Oh, the Evil Knievel motorcycle.
This is the reproduction one. The original ones are like $300 to $400, and I'm not going to buy that.
Yeah.
But we actually sell the reproduction on our website. So we have, I think,
And you get that much cheaper and still does the same function.
It actually, these newer ones are in really, really good strength compared to the older one, because I do remember my best friend came over and he wanted to play with that, and he went and had it at the top of our steps, and it flew off the steps and went down to the ground and broke, and I was so upset. So I didn't break it; he broke it, but now I have my reproduction. I'm very happy with that. So
Nice. Well, for me, the one that I am mad that I broke and I still have, and if I would have thought about it, I could have had them up here. But it's my Generation 1 Constructicons.
okay,
The Devastator can no longer be formed. Those were played with, and in fact, actually, I couldn't even form Devastator from day one having them, because Hook, who sits up at the top, a piece of him was already broke right out of the package, so I could never attach the left arm.
okay, yeah.
But now everything is like, I call him battle damaged for sure. He's duct tape on pieces to put them back together and stuff.
Yep.
It's in really rough shape.
So another question is, how many times have you organized your collection but really just moved the same? There's a little thing in my way.
From left to right and call it
Same
progress.
pile from left to right and call it progress. There we go.
Daily.
Daily.
Every single day.
See,
And it makes me feel good because I'm like, look, that space looks different now.
see, I don't do that. I reorganize to make space for more. That's how I reorganize, and I always make more space somehow. So,
all this will be moving
right.
because we're moving to the other side of the basement. This basement leaks.
Oh,
And so I've been disassembling all of my stuff. Like, this is now all drawers full of pieces, where before those two shelves in the middle over there were sets all displayed. So I'm breaking it all down, and the ones I want to keep and rebuild, I'm bagging up with the numbers and stuff so that I can rebuild them once we get everything moved back and everything is rearranged. But that's like a several year or two thing, honestly. It's just me doing it, so it's like, well, it's going to take me a while to move everything.
Oh, I know how that is. Fraggle Rock says, my favorite toy when I was younger was Betty Spaghetti dolls. I don't recall Betty Spaghetti.
I don't either, but I do know Fraggle Rock.
Yes, well, of course, Fraggle Rock.
Down at Fraggle Rock.
And I don't have any Fraggle Rock figures. I wish I did, but I did grab this.
Nice. Is that Shirt Tails?
Shirt Tails, yes.
Yeah, did they live in a tree and they had like a little red car?
I think they did.
On the cartoon.
It's been so long since I watched that cartoon, but I had that set when I was little, and they were my bedtime stuffed animals for years. I loved them so much, and of course they got tossed over the years. And I came across this set, and I was so excited to have them again. In my
I watched
collection.
the cartoon, but I never had any of those plushes. But I used to have pound puppies and pound kitties. Not the official ones you would buy in the store. I had like the Hardee's ones. So they're all like little baby ones, and I had like 4 or 5 of them.
Yeah, we have those on our website too. I always get excited when I buy a collection and there's a pound puppy or kitty in there that you don't come across them that often.
Nope. And then I used to have a little plush lady from Lady and the Tramp that came from one of those fast food places too.
Probably McDonald's.
Yeah, if I had to guess, that's probably where it was.
Yeah, I think Disney had the rights with McDonald's.
That just occurred to me. In amongst, I do not know how I have managed to save this for so long, and I've been meaning to make a video on it too, and I haven't. But this is literally the packaging from the very first Lego set I ever got.
Very cool.
And it was this set out of a McDonald's Happy Meal, and actually I have the whole wave of them. The other still have, and I was like, I don't have the instructions, but somehow I have the baggie. 1986 is the copyright here. So this was my very first Lego set.
Cool. So Hippie posted that, who is Betty Spaghetti Day? It was a super popular doll created by Ohio Art, and that's who created the Etch-a-Sketch in 1998. I don't think I've ever come across one of those.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay. You know what? I do remember seeing
now. I know what those are now.
Yep, I do too. As soon as I seen them, I'm like, oh yeah, I know what those are.
Yep. Well, I still never come across one. I do recognize them though. Okay.
Yeah, as a kid, that was something I would ignore. I'm like, I want the Centurions, Power Extreme, the Inhumanoid, all that stuff.
So we'll wrap it up here. We only got a couple minutes left. Make sure everyone out there visits both of our websites. Brick Blaze is bricksandgames.com. Our website's toysplayatnight.com. And remember, all you WTHC radio listeners and viewers, if you look up here, you can use online code WTHC20 for 20% off anything on our website. So that's a little bonus that we give back.
And we have a promo code for Bricks and Games right now as well.
Nice. What is it?
It's BNG Holiday Sale. All one word, capital B, the rest lowercase. And you put that in for 10% off your entire order.
Very cool. See, look at that. Everyone is listening.
Through December 31st.
And ours is forever for the WTHC radio crowd. So we always give that 20% off. So any last words while we have like about 30 seconds here?
Just to say thank you very much for having me on here. I do appreciate this. Because one of the things I'm trying to do is to get back into the streaming thing like I used to. And so I was like, this is great. As soon as you send me a said you want to be here, I'm like, yes, I do. Let's do it. So thank you very much. And thank you all you folks out there for listening to me. I'm glad that you took my offer up and came on. It was exciting talking to you and talking about business. Hopefully we helped, some people out there and future people watching this that they might want to start their own business and take a few pointers from us. Oh yeah. So with that, don't give up. That's the most important thing. Exactly. It's going to get rough at times. Don't give up. Absolutely. Good times, bad times. It's how life is. So look for the positive. So everyone, thank you for joining. We will see you next week. Bye. Bye.
Welcome to the shop where the colors come alive. Collectors dream and memories shine like fireworks in the sky. Stacked to the ceiling with stories when the toys play at night.